Welcome to the first Furlong and Horses When and You're In video. My name is Rachel and I'm your host. And today I will be previewing the Stephen Foster Handicap, which will be run on Saturday at Churchill Downs. It's for the Classic Division, mile and eighth on dirt, and there's a field of 9 older horses entered. So let's take a look at them. Number 1 is Revolutionary. He'll be ridden by Mike Smith and he's trained by Todd Fletcher. By Warpass, he won the Pimlico Special in his last, and before that he was second in the Oaklawn Handicap to Will Take Charge, who was also in this race. He's not actually even the best horse in his own barn. That belongs to Palace Malice, who is 3 for 3 this year, including winning the Met Mile last week, which was a win in your end for the dirt mile, but he is more considered to be a classic horse than a dirt mile candidate. He is the horse to be in here. He'll probably go off as the heavy favorite, and he could seriously win this race by open lengths. This is a pretty good field. It's not a great field, but because there's only I think there's only one other. Yeah, there's only one. There's only one Grade 1 winner in this race, and that's Will Take Charge. The rest of them are either Grade 2 or lower winners, including himself. But with what's going on with Will Take Charge, and I'll explain that more when I'm talking about him, he's got a very good chance to win the race. Number 2 is Jaguar Paw, and he'll be ridden by Sean Bridgman for Stephen Lister. He's by Giants Causeway. He is probably going to go off as the longest shot in the race. He was 5th in last year's Clark, but he ran up track in 2 races before the Foster at Oaklawn against Lister Company. So he's up against it here. I would not be surprised if he finishes last. But then again, he's the type of horse who could surprise people and finish first. I don't think he will here. I think he'll probably be towards the back of with the finishing order. Number 3 is Moonshine Mullen, and Calvin Burrell will ride for Randy Morse. He's by Albert the Great, and since he's been claimed last November, he has finished no worse than 4th. And he's won the last 4 in a row, including basically going from gate to wire in the Alashiba, defeating Will Take Charge, Golden Ticket. Oh, I'm sorry, Golden Ticket's also a Grade 1 winner. I forgot about that. But Will Take Charge had been the horse who had been in better form, and is the champion. That's why I mentioned him before I forgot to mention Golden Ticket. But he is a serious contender to go gate to wire here. Although there's more speed in this race, so there's a very good chance that he might be challenged at the front. If he's challenged at the front, then he'll probably fade. And probably like a horse like Will Take Charge or Revolutionary, both who are will come off the pace, could pick up the pieces. Number 4 is We'll Take Charge. Gary Stevens rides for D. Wayne Lucas. He's, of course, by Unbridled Son. Champion 3-year-old from last year. He started the year with some great finishes. He was second in the Dawn to Lee, who unfortunately is injured. Second in the Big Cap to Game On Dude, who threw in a terrible race at Charlestown. And then he will win the Oakland Handicap over the Revolutionary, but not without some controversy. He was almost DQ'd from that race, and then came the Ali Sheba, and the wheels just fell off. He would finish 6th, and a lot of people, like myself, feel that he might need a rest. This is going to be his 4th start of the year, and most of the top horses, older horses, have only had 2 to 3 starts. Some have already had 4 starts probably, but but he ran in the Dawn, he ran in the Big Cap, and he had run in Oakland Handicap. And now Shibo's actually his 4 starts. So this is gonna be his 5th start of the year. And I don't know, I think he's saying that he might want a little break and just wait for the Whitney, which will be in a couple months. But he's gonna go here, and then he'll probably go to the Whitney or Woodward as well. I just don't think he is the same horse that he was earlier this year. Now, granted, the Alashiba was also at Churchill, and I don't think he really did that great in last year's Derby. So he may not like Churchill, for all I know, but we'll see what happens. Number 5 is My Loot. James Graham rides for Tom Amos, and he is by Midnight Loot. He seems to be an up and down horse. He's run well at Churchill in the past. He was 4th in Alashiba, which was better than his 5th in the Derby last year. And of course, he was 3rd in the Preakness as well last year. But this is his 4th start since the Preakness. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he went unraced the rest of the year after the Preakness. But he's a horse who has a chance to hit the top 3. I don't know if he will. In theory, the fact is that he ran better at Churchill second time than he did the first time. So I think his best finish will be at least 3rd, maybe 2nd if things go his way. I don't think he's gonna win, but I think he has the possibility to finish 2nd or 3rd on Saturday. Number 6 is Departing. Robbie Alvarado will ride for Al Stall by Warfront. This is a horse who, going into last year, had a ton of buzz about him, especially going into Preakness. Now, part of that buzz was because he was pasture mates as a foal and yearling. I think a yearling more with Orb, who of course won last year's Derby. However, he's run well at Churchill. He won his season debut at Churchill. And last year he won the Illinois Derby, the Super Derby. I think he also won the West Virginia Derby, if I could be wrong about that. But all those were against Leicester Company. His one time against Grade 1 Company was in the Preakness, and he finished up track. I want him to be in the top 3. I think he has a chance to finally put it together. And he's a gelding, so he'll be around for a while. But I think he could be possibly the best gelding older horse, like be on that Game On Dude, perfect drift type of horse for years to come. So it's gonna be fun to see if he can get the top 3 in Stephen Foster, and then move forward from here. Number 7 is Golden Ticket. He'll be ridden by Julian Leperoux and trained by Ken McPeak. He's by Speightstown, and the reason why I forgot that he was a Grade 1 winner was that his win in the Travelers was a dead heat with Alpha, who of course won the Woodward last year. Since the Travelers win, he's only won twice, but one of them was in the Prairie Meadows Handicap. Didn't run well last year in the car. He was 8th, but he was coming off a runner-up finish in the Dirt Mile to Golden Sense, and Golden Sense did not do a great job in the cigar, but he has rebounded with a good runner-up finish in the Met Mile, the Palace Malice. So in theory, Golden Ticket should run well here. He was runner-up last time out in Alashiba. So he has a love-hate relationship with Churchill. So hopefully this late spring, early summer dirt surface, he runs well again, like he did in the Alashiba. And he has a major chance to hit the top 3 for this race. Number 8 is Long River. Irad Ortiz Jr. will ride for Karen McLaughlin. And let's see, what do I have about Long River? Oh yeah, well he's won his 2 Lissa Stakes at Aqueduct. He was second in the Excelsior, which is the greatest stakes at Aqueduct, and then he was 5th in the Charlestown Classic at Charlestown. Long River is a unique situation. Unlike Revolutionary, who, like Karen, is trained by a former Lucas trainee, and will take charge, who of course Wayne Lucas trains. His mom won her Breeders' Cup race at Churchill. His mom's Round Pond. If you're like me and you are a huge Foxtail Farm fan, then you know about Round Pond, Rockport Harbor, Hard Spun, of course, Old Fashioned, who is off to a good start at stud. But Round Pond's his mom, and she won her Breeders' Cup race, the distaff, for Michael Matz at Churchill, but that was during the fall. I want him in my heart of hearts for him to win, but I just, this is a major step up class. Same thing with Jaguar Paul, who I talked about earlier. But I think he'll finish better than Jaguar Paw. I'm hoping. But it'll be interesting to see how he'll do here. It's a major step up, though. And finally, Prayer for Relief, who is number 9. He'll be ridden by John Velasquez, and he's trained by Dale Romans. Second in the Pimlico Special to Revolutionary, he's by Jumpstart. He won the Cornhusker last year, but he's never run well at Churchill. The interesting thing is that all those races that he had run up track in were in the fall, and I'm a big believer in seasonal changes. So maybe he'll run well to this surface, because it might be very different than what the dirt surface in the fall is. I could be dead wrong, but it wouldn't be the first time. But I just feel that he has not a great shot, but a good shot of hitting the board in this race. So that is your field for the Stephen Foster for 2014. So up next will be my picks. So here are my top 3 picks for the Foster. In first, I have Golden Ticket. And a big reason why is that he tends to like being in the front. And if he can sit off Moonshine Mullen and possibly Departing, who also has speed, then I'm hoping that he can hold off Revolutionary, Will Take Charge, horses like that, to get into the winner's circle for his second Grade 1 win, but his first by himself. In second, I have Revolutionary. If there's a speed duel going up front, then he wins, because I think at this moment he's a better closer than Will Take Charges. And Will Take Charge. The one thing that he has on him is that he won't be coming from as far. He'll probably be coming from mid pack, whereas Revolutionary will be coming towards mid pack to the back of the pack. But if everything works out well, I don't think Revolutionary can catch Golden Ticket. And in third, I have Departing. And the reason why I have him in third instead of Will Take Charge or Prayer for Relief or My Loot is because I feel like that he is at the point where he has to put it all together and hit the board in a Grade 1 race where he's just not as great as we all think he is. I'm hoping that one of these 3 win. As I said, I prefer if Golden Ticket wins. But I will not be upset if Revolutionary or Departing or Will Take Charge when I have actually Will Take Charge finishing 4th, but I'm not going to explain those reasons. So I hope you like this Foster preview. I promise that future videos will probably be more polished. I will have the Shoemaker preview out tomorrow, and then check back later for a special preview of the Obeya, but that will only be audio. So I will check y'all later. Bye.